Well, hello, good evening, and welcome. This is Strong and Sassy on your superstation Joy 99.7 FM. It's so good to be back with you tonight. And why don't you go to Facebook and watch us? I think that if you're not driving, then you'll actually really enjoy seeing our faces and our expressions and all of that. We're live and interactive. So my name's Animwaa Anim-Addo. I'm your host tonight and every Wednesday from 7 p.m. And today we're talking about single mothers. So before I introduce my guests, like I was telling Evans last week, I came across this thread on Facebook, and it was conversations between men and their mothers. And these men were telling their mothers that they had met really amazing women, except that, they had kids. So either widowed, divorced, never married, either ways they had children. And the reactions of their mothers was quite painful to read. A lot of them just said, we don't want this born one, born two. We don't want her. The demons of her family will destroy your life. Her children's demons and baby daddies will come after you. And just a whole lot of negativity. So I thought that maybe we should have a conversation about what single mothers go through to find love. And if you're listening to us, then, and your opinion is, of that kind, where you also feel like, single mothers are not of much value, then I hope that by the end of this conversation, at the very least, we would have gotten you thinking about the fact that maybe the fact that a woman has children actually has nothing to do with her worth or her value or what she's able to bring to the table. All right, so joining me tonight, Gertrude Brady, owner of Yummy Treats Ghana. I think this is your second time, right? Well, thank you so much for joining us tonight. Very grateful. And of course, our madam, one and only.
You don't mean it.
Ariel, I do mean it.
You don't mean it. I can't be the madam.
Ariel, the wellness coach. If you are not seeing left from right in your life, please find Ariel. She'll help you to straighten it out. So this is the conversation that we're having tonight. I feel like, first of all, maybe we should try to clarify what or who a single mother is. I don't feel like people, you never know. Every time I'm having these conversations, they'll come back and say, but you didn't say who a single mother was. Okay, so let's just, do that. So why don't you start for us, Ariel?
Okay, so defining a single mother means a woman who has children but is not married.
Okay, it's not married.
It's not living with a man as a couple in the same home. So she can't be married but separated and having children. So she's still a single mother.
Okay.
So basically, that's what a single mother is. It could be through divorce. It could be through losing the husband and she's a widow with children. Or it could be
she was never
married, but she had children through one circumstance or the other. And so it's simply a woman who has children, but is not living under the same roof with a man to be called couple or married. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Gertrude, is there a variation that you want to?
Not really. I think a single mother is just, like she said, a mother who is basically raising her kids on her own, right, with no support from any man whatsoever, or maybe the father of the children. So, so that's just clear.
I'm just adding this dimension because does support from the father impact the kind of single mother that a single mother is? Because you can have kids and a very supportive ex-husband.
Yeah.
So that the children will never be a burden on any man.
Yeah.
Is that still in the same parameter?
It's still in the same parameter because you're still living with them alone.
Exactly.
Or what if they don't live with you?
If they don't live with you,
you're still a mother.
You're a mother, but you're not living with the children.
So you're still a single mother.
So you're still a single mother.
Okay. I just wanted us to be clear because these are different.
It's interesting where you've taken it though. It's not something we think about. But you can't be a single mother having a man supporting the children, but you're not living together with him. You're still a single mother.
Yeah, I'm asking because I have 2 kids and they're with their dad most of the time.
Yeah.
And he takes care of them and he does if I didn't tell you that, you wouldn't. I don't carry the burden
Yeah,
of them,
often,
because
yeah.
he's a very responsible father. But I've never also thought of myself as a single mother,
Exactly.
because every time you think of single mother, you think of struggle, and
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
and it's
Yeah,
tough,
that's
and the
true.
kids,
That's
and
true.
all of that. But
Yeah.
I'm feeling like, there are probably some single mothers out there who are living their best life.
Exactly.
Well,
Well, I feel yes, like me too.
well, okay then. Best life single mothers.
Yeah.
But let's get down into the conversation. Perception. What do you think it is about a woman with a child that sets off such very strong reactions? Let's start from the men, and then we can move on to their mothers.
Okay.
So what is it? Why? What is the big deal?
Well, sometimes I feel it has to do with most men are attracted to what they see. So, I mean, some single mothers look really nice, and some are not. Pregnancies are different. It changes your body and everything about you. And some men would think because your body has changed, you are not like the normal. Would I say normal? You are still a woman, though.
But then that doesn't have much to do with the motherhood. It just has to do
So
with
yes,
the way that your body
so
looks.
it starts with the body, and then the responsibility that comes with it. Some will feel, if I marry you, let's say you have 2 kids, right? In my case, I have 3 kids. So let's say I marry you, and we decide to have kids of our own. Let's say maybe 2. That means I'll in total I'll be taking care of 5 kids. And some people are not ready for that much responsibilities. And others also say, like you mentioned earlier, that it decreases your value. As to how it decreases your value, I personally do not know, because I think with a single mother, she has even more experiences in life, how to go about things. So if you need an experienced person in your home, it would be a single mother, because she is being through this, doing this on her own, and with your support, it would even be better.
Yeah.
So if they say it decreases your value, I mean, that's just their opinion, or maybe maybe they haven't had a personal experience with these people, but just hearsays. Yeah.
What do you think?
Yeah. For me, what I find on the men's side, as your question was asking, is that when a man meets a single woman, some of the questions they ask is to know you from your past, to see where the problem is that made you lose your marriage.
Well, if my husband died, did I kill him?
Well, but that is if your husband died. So the question starts with, is
And
your
what
husband
if
still
what
here?
if I didn't want to
You-
marry the guy that
You know,
Exactly.
but that
Why is it always that
Yeah,
because you are a single mother, so
There's
then
a
it's your
problem
fault?
with you.
There's
Exactly.
a problem. That's some of the questions
Exactly.
that they try to find out. And for me, I'm like,
And sorry, the other thing is, so would it have been better if instead of having 2 children, I had had 2 abortions? Like,
you
anyway,
know,
sorry, you answered the question.
so the men will want to know what went wrong, and some people can make comments as I mean, like you said, somebody say your weight has changed. Some people can make comments like, you're beautiful, you're pretty, and you're good. So how can a man leave such a thing? Then it means there's something wrong.
It's his family's ancestors and witchcraft. That's made him.
in not uncertain terms, they will say such things to you, not offensive, but you can tell that they still can't find the space to believe that, I mean, somebody will leave you, so there should be something wrong.
So how about if you left?
Most of the time, people don't think the woman left. They always think it's maybe the man who leaves you, and so then maybe you may be having some challenge or that. But I'm saying that if you want to know me, if you meet a single woman, know her from her life
Exactly.
going forward now. Why would you want to know her from her life in the past? Because probably maybe she wasn't good, that's why. But now, could it be she's improved herself? Could it be she's learned from her past and become a better version? So if the men start looking at who you are as a single parent from your past, then they are not trying to know you. And I think that is one of the problems. So they will get to ask you so many things about your past. And maybe that's what they go and tell their mothers. And their mothers will be like, okay, then I'm sure maybe there's something wrong with this woman and all that. So I think when a man meets a single woman, get to know them from their present life going forward.
A single mother.
A single mother, yes, a single mother from their life going forward now, not what they have been through. You know, don't try to dig into their past and try to find out what happened, how come it didn't work out, blah 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 blah. And I think it's not healthy to do that to any single mother. Yeah.
Okay, you wanted to say
Yes,
something.
I wanted to say, I think others also feel bringing kids outside of the same family. You are going to marry into this new family, bringing your kids from a different family into this. They believe sometimes that maybe if you have new kids, there would be this
Jealousy,
conflict,
competitions,
competition
and all
among
that.
them,
Yeah.
and which will disrupt the family a bit. I mean, people have different opinions, but I believe it has to do with the upbringing and what you instill in the kids. You make them know they are siblings, right? But then if the division starts from, oh, this is your step brother, this is your stepsister, and it's what you instill in the kids. That's what I always say. That's when the confusion starts. So sometimes I feel the mothers make these decisions based on, oh, this is my son's child and this is the woman's child. You know, when the separation comes in, that's when the confusion begins. Yeah.
Right. Okay. So you're saying that.
And just to chip in, another thing that I think from the woman, single mother's side, as you said, you never called yourself a single mother. I've never called myself a single
Exactly.
mother. So if you're meeting guys and you're introducing yourself as a single mother, you are actually giving a perception that you're needy or you have something that, how do I put it? It's like you're saying, I'm not whole.
I have a deficit.
I have a deficit.
Exactly, yeah.
Exactly the word I'm looking for. So you are a mother. You are simply a mother. You are a parent. That's who you are. And so, as you said, introducing yourself or saying, I'm a single mother, kind of give a connotation as if something is wrong somewhere being a single mother. But if you're a parent, if you call yourself a mother, a parent, it changes the conversation, it changes the dynamic. So on the single mother side, how you also show up,
Exactly.
contribute to the kind of question, conversation, and the atmosphere, and how the men are going to feel about what you are bringing on the table. So if you go with that single mother, perception and my children, and you're kind of putting your burdens on him from the beginning, and I think that also changes how the conversation
Yeah.
starts from the beginning.
Do you think it's a running away from possible burden? Do you think
is.
that's really just what it is? Or
It's relative. For some people, yes, they don't want the extra burden. For some people,
They don't
they are
mind.
happy to have the extra, family or responsibility. They love you and they love what you come
No,
with.
I mean for those who run away or for those who say no, we don't want this.
Yeah.
Is it just the burden, the financial burden or the emotional burden, or is it that? You know what? Let me open the phone lines because I really want
to
the
hear
men's opinion
to-
because
okay.
I want us to really understand
Okay.
whether it is the fact that you look at her and you think, oh, she has carried another man's children,
and so
therefore she's like a used car.
okay,
You know,
okay.
or it's not tear rubber anymore. You know? No, because these are some of the comments that I have
You've
heard
heard, okay.
around the topic. So I really want, so call us 0302 216 541. I want your opinion just on the whole single mother thing, and for the men, if you would date a single mother or if you won't, and why.
Why?
So phone lines are open. Let's
they should join us
because I really want
to
get
know.
that.
Yeah. I mean, and for it varies for everybody, and it's boils down to the values we've instilled in ourselves growing up. Some people just have a belief about a single mother, and so I don't want to go into it at all. Somebody, it just means nothing. It's just part of their life. They had gone through a phase of their life, and I've met them now, and I want to continue the next phase of their life with them.
Yeah.
And so it depends on the individual you are dealing with, what their perception and their values and their beliefs are.
All right. Abna is on the phone. Hello, Abna. Hello, Abna.
Hi,
Hi. How are you?
I'm doing well. How are you?
I'm very well, thank you. So, what's on your mind? What do you think? Oh, we lost Abna. Abna, please call us back. We would love to hear what you have to say. Our phone lines are open 0302 216 541. If you're a single mom or if you are a guy, what you think. So I've gotten a couple of messages. This one says, single mothers have so much value. Please let's accord them select and touch. I don't know that. Good show. Anyway, okay. All right. Well, single mothers have value. Those are some of the opinions coming in. So I also want to know what your opinions are. Hello, good evening. What's your name?
Good evening.
Hi, Nanajwa.
Yes, please.
Hi, Nanajwa. So what's on your mind?
There's this thing about being a single mother to the men. The men think they are so superior, they are so righteous that the moment you have a baby or a child, and there's a question mark, just as your co-panelist said. But that is not it. It's better than aborting, you see. So if I can take care of, maybe I'm a victim rape victim, and then its pregnancy has occurred. What do you want me to do? Do you want me to abort it? Which is not good. Maybe that child might be the only person that God will give me. You want me to abort the child for the sake of stigmatization or what? So the men thinking that they are overall righteous, self-righteousness, that they don't need single mothers. They don't know what they are missing. You see, they don't know what they are missing.
All right, thank you so much, Nanajwa. Thomas is calling from Amasaman. Thomas.
Hello.
Hi, how are you?
I'm doing great, and yourself?
I'm great. Thank you so much. What's on your mind?
I'm enjoying your program.
Oh, we thank God for that.
Right. So I am coming from the point of view of a man who would want to marry someone he loves, whether the person is single or having a child. Now, what it comes with are two things. One, there are women, single parents or single mothers, who would not reveal that she has a child. That is one. Or the other one is the child, she will really tell the story, but the story is fake, kind of. So you are interested in the woman and you get into it, and then you realize there are a lot of issues. One of the issues, which is paramount, key, is that depending on where you come from in Ghana, you could be matrilineal or patrilineal. And for patrilineal, it is the father who takes responsibility of the children. And so if you come from a patrilineal society or family background, then of course, the father is responsible. But what some women, single parents do, they run away with the child and never give the parent the responsibility to take care of their children. Now, the other aspect is the matrilineal, when the parents, parents or men who just do the thing, and no matter whatever comes, he runs away to go and marry another one. So now, my main issue are the problem that comes into the family when you get married to a mother who has two families. Are you with me?
Yes, yeah. I'm with you. I'm listening very keenly.
My main issue has to do with problems that come along with marrying someone who has a child that is later in your life. Because the children of the parents, the single parents, now are conflicting, as you really mentioned a while ago, conflicting with the family issues.
I really want to hear from the against people. Because I really want to understand, exactly what it is that your problem, like what is your problem? So tell us what your problem is, so we can see what we can do about this for you. Because there are some really amazing women out there who have children.
Yeah, there are.
Just before we started the show, one of the gentlemen was just telling me that he met this woman who he really liked, really liked, wanted to date her. As soon as she said she had a child, that was it. He was like, nah, fam, I'm not doing this.
Yeah.
Just like that. And
Just
I'm
like that.
Why? And then I also remember a few years ago when I was dating, somebody told the person that I was dating that, why do you want to date somebody who has why don't you go
children?
and find a brand new
Brand
woman?
new, okay.
You know what I mean? Like, so what is brand new and what is
It's
used?
not brand
and so
new.
you that you have been propagating your seed, but your seed hasn't blossomed into a fruit. Are you brand new?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I feel like it's just virgins who have the right to say they want
Thank you.
virgins.
You know,
But I mean, I thought, wow, okay. Anyway, yeah. So Ariel, tell us what you think.
no, it's there's nothing wrong with having gone into marriage and having had children and starting your life. I mean, as a single woman and having children, absolutely nothing. And for people to think, okay, if I meet her and she has children, then I need to go think about it again.
Yeah.
Which means then they rather don't know what they are looking
But
for.
let me ask you something. The way that a single mother presents herself in terms of being in charge of the home, or
Yeah.
financial responsibility and all of that, is that important? Because I'm seeing some of the messages and what our listeners are saying, there's a lot of the single women just want help.
So I'll take it here. And truth be said, as a single mother, you need to make certain decisions on your own. And if you go out there and you are needy because you just want help for your children, it's going to tell in how you show up.
Yeah, definitely.
And if you're showing up like that, then you get people thinking that then it's not worth it. And for me, I made a decision. I'm a mother, I'm a parent. I'm not looking for help. I'm not looking for a man to get married and settle to take care of my children. I mean, I got separated 10 years ago. I could have married, but I made a decision. I want to raise my children the way I want to do it. I don't want them to have a stepfather experience. It's a decision I made.
Okay.
So
So are you going to wait for them to be older?
I decided to wait until they are 18, and they are now.
Okay, fair enough.
So you need to make
I'm
a
sorry,
decision.
so the factory has been closed completely, or it's open for side business? I don't know. I want to understand. Was it a... Okay, never mind. Gertrude, yeah, you wanted to say something. I'm just trying to understand. Though.
No, yes, you have to decide, because if you go out there, there'll be challenges and there'll be consequences and all that. So would you go out there and be looking and still trying to find someone when you have younger children?
So you didn't date at all?
I did.
Okay, but you were just not,
Yeah.
you didn't want to commit. And
No, there was... it never got to that place, but I wasn't dating because I needed a husband or a man to help me to take
With
care
the
of my
kids.
children
Okay.
or something. It was fully my responsibility. I was enjoying doing it. And so that bit was not a needed area for me
understand.
to work on. It wasn't. It wasn't at all.
Okay.
Because I decided this is going to be how I want to do it. And now the pipeline is open for the next level.
Wow. Gertrude. Okay.
Well, what you said, how you show up changes a whole lot. If you show up as needy, like you said, you are going to be treated as one.
Yeah.
And I believe your confidence and everything should be intact, because the moment it begins with most women, how they see themselves, they themselves feel being
inferior.
being a single mother decreases their value. They feel that way, and that's how they show up. And so that's how they get treated. But I mean, if you show up like you are whole and this doesn't change anything,
I mean, like,
you
for
get
example, if
treated.
Beyonce was a single mother, I really don't see
You
that
see,
being
exactly.
a
You see?
problem. Like,
I actually believe it starts with how you show up.
Yeah,
Exactly, how you
Yeah,
feel.
yeah,
show up.
Because I've had friends who have come to ask me that how do you do it? How are you open to new relationships? Are you not ashamed
No,
of
I'm
your
ready to
body?
jump in and
Are you
out.
not? And I'm like,
literally, yeah.
right.
Yeah.
So if you are showing up to a man this way, he's going to treat you that way. Exactly.
I totally get that. Abna is back. Hi, Abna.
Hi, I'm
Hi.
back.
Oh, we're
I
so
had to
sorry
try
that we
so
lost
many
you.
times.
Yeah. Okay. So what's on your mind?
I'm going to be honest.
Okay.
Women, we can be very manipulative. So as much as some would tag themselves as being single mothers and all of that, it boils down to the relationship. Sometimes even how parents, how mothers relate to their children who they are not so with their fathers. It's like they have to manipulate the man to stay with them or even give money for be it upkeep or school fees or anything. Now when another man comes into the picture, they still want to keep that other person who they have the child with and the new person. So it's all about the manipulation. People with good hearts might be lucky to find who they love, but there's always that spirit of manipulation in there. We don't like to admit that. The truth is we can be very manipulative.
Yeah, I feel like that's totally true.
Yeah.
Though I mean, you meet people who use their children to do
all
sorts of
Yeah.
things. But I was just thinking about something: the baby mama, baby daddy drama. I feel like the baby mama drama is actually more than the baby daddy drama. So I would be more reluctant, funnily enough, to date a single father. Because the drama usually comes from the women. So if you're a man and you're getting involved with a single mother, chances that her baby daddy will give you problems are very low. It's usually the other way around, isn't it?
It is. Because the other mother is interested in who is coming out to take care of my children and all that.
Yes, exactly.
And for me, these are some of the reasons why I made the decision. I'm not doing it a second time with mine,
which is legitimate, and because we're all a bit picky about who is raising.
I don't know
children.
Who is going to come and what they are going to bring on board and all that. So it's healthier if I do it single and I do it well for my two kids, and I think it's the best decision.
It's the best decision. Thomas is back. Hi, Thomas.
Yes. Good evening again.
Hi. Okay, so if you'll continue for us, and we'll give you just about 2 minutes.
Yeah, sorry. First of all, I was driving, so I just got home, and so I'm able to speak clearly.
Okay.
All right. So I just wanted to make 2 points. One is to encourage our ladies. It is not wrong to have a child or to be a single mother. When you meet a gentleman, say it the way it is. Tell the gentleman the truth. If the gentleman understands and would want to get into, fair enough. Then you move in and you all know what you are moving into. So you even know. Most of the times, men who love you so much will even protect you and do everything. Now, the second thing has to do with responsibility. Make sure that the responsibility is not your spouse, that is your husband's responsibility. As I mentioned earlier, it could be matrilineal, it could be patrilineal. But if it is patrilineal, we all know with the patrilineal system, the man has to take responsibility of the children. And so, 2 things, like you mentioned, our mothers, that is the husband's family, most of them would not want someone to have children before he gets married. So that's where the problems come in. And then you come in with children, and then they become a burden, and they cause a lot of problems. I experienced one situation where even the children, the biological children of the mother, the single mother, stayed with the husband for 11 years. And the wife told the husband that it was a relative who died, and because she's only daughter of the mother, she's keeping the children. And this gentleman has raised these children for 11 years until they became wayward, not knowing the 2 children were her biological children.
Okay, thank you so much, Thomas. Thank you so much. Really great points there. I hadn't thought about the cultural perspective and the matrilineal, and I'm sure also it will raise inheritance issues and stuff like that. But all of those things can be sorted out through conversation and legality. Yeah. So but anyway, Kojo is calling us from Hacho. Hi, Coach.
Yeah, hi, Animwaa.
Hi, Kojo.
Hi, Animwaa.
Hi, Kojo. Can you turn off your radio?
Done that.
Kojo?
Animwaa, I've just done that.
Okay, great. Okay, so what's on your mind?
I think with the issue about single parents or single motherhood specifically, I think it's more complex than the way I think your guest in the studios has just picked it. There are several kinds of single parents, and they all come in diverse ways. Like they narrated earlier. Some are married and their spouses pass on. Those are different. And there are others that are married and divorced. Those are also different categories. And there are others who not married at all, but with kids. There are also those people as well. But the issue here is with the men that are not interested in single mother or single parent, is that sometimes, most of the times, let me put it that way, those men, they don't have kids or they don't have a child. If they do, they would understand where the woman is coming from. Because they don't, they see it to be, why am I taking someone's responsibility? I think you yourself as anyone, when you were speaking, you talked about your husband or your ex being very responsible. So the key word is responsible. So if the person is not responsible, the other person taking up someone's responsibility asks or needs to ask himself a lot of questions. Let me use myself as an example. I met this lady. I got attracted to her. We moved. I didn't know she was having a child, and I got into her. Let me put it that way. And I later got to know that she was having a child. She denied a couple of times, and later she admitted. And well, initially I didn't like going out with somebody with a kid or a child. But from what I have experienced from her, I think I have a different thought now. And I think sometimes it's a perception. If you get to know the person, and I think just like the earlier caller said, disclosure is very important.
Okay.
Because I think if she would have disclosed it earlier,
that would have helped too.
It would have been two things. Either I decide to still move on or withdraw. And well, because I've gotten to know her better, it's difficult for me to say, even though she didn't disclose it, I'm letting her go. So
okay, that's so you've forgiven and moved on, and you're enjoying the garden of the single motherhoodness. I like that, Kojo. Thank you so much for calling us. Let's talk to Nana from Medina. Hi, Nana.
Hi. Good evening.
Hi. How are you?
I'm okay.
Okay, what's on your mind?
I really wish you asked the guy who just left. He mentioned of the lady not disclosing that she had a child. If she had done that, would he have even given her the chance to even get to know her to begin with? Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yes, I understand, Pa.
Would he have even given her the chance to even get to know the kind of person she's talking about right now? He wouldn't have, because he just said that he's dating someone who's got a kid. It's not something that he would like to do. Yeah. So it cuts two ways. So it's not just that you meet somebody and you just go disclosing. You have to know where you are getting to before you start telling certain things. That said, I would like to go to what I want to talk about. Most of the time, the rejection comes because also of the stigma that it comes with in our society. And also, I don't know how we see women. I don't know, because it blows my mind. I think they are not human beings. So, look, when you take a man and a woman, we are talking about sex. It's like the woman there, she doesn't have feelings or anything. Or it's like the man can embrace the sexuality and all that, and it's okay because he's a man. And when it comes to the woman, it's a different story. So I think that is that. And also, most important, the reason why the baby mama drama is mostly because, look, when there's, whether it's a breakup or whatever, most of the time, they should start giving the men the opportunity to also take care of the children. You see, we are made to think that it's the woman alone who can take care of the child. And the man will just be living the life. Not bedding, will be on the woman. And the man will be just providing with money. So the woman is moving into another relationship with his children. And the man is there living the life. How about you also letting the man take the responsibility down?
Exactly.
I
completely agree with you. And I think that sometimes women intentionally take on the responsibility of their children to punish the partner.
But
so you
at
are
the end of the
limiting
day-
access, you are throwing tantrums, all the emotional manipulation because he said he doesn't love you and he doesn't want to be with you anymore.
But at the end of the day, at whose expense? Your relationship. And this guy or man will be living his life. So please, I understand you give birth to the children. You think you can take care of them best. Look, sometimes give these men opportunity. It's unfortunate that they are not they are raised and conditioned to think, hey, taking care of the child is the woman's job, and yes, it's only provide money, provide, and no.
Yeah.
So automatically, immediately there's a breakup. The children are shipped to the men. Please,
we have to organize a seminar and then you come and be a speaker. Because
great points there. Great points there.
Really fantastic.
Yeah, and it's true. I think we are conditioned to think that when a marriage ends, the man becomes an enemy. That's even the man becomes an enemy, and so it doesn't have to be like that.
No, it doesn't.
Because children will need their fathers for the rest of their life. But it's not even
that the man. It's not. So sometimes it's the emotions you want to punish. I just find that's
what I'm saying.
Women
regardless of the emotion, there's no need of punishing.
You are suffering.
I mean, there's no need.
Apart from you suffering, you are even putting the kids under a whole lot of
psychologically, emotionally, toxic. They are all going to become toxic when they grow up.
And also, society needs to stop doing that. Looking down on women who allow the fathers to raise the children.
Yeah.
My dad raised me from when I was about 13 or 14. He had custody of me older. I really enjoyed that. I mean, I always had my mom around as well, but I lived with my dad. My kids live with their dad, and I feel like there's been such a benefit from it.
For that,
because you see, the mother-child bond is eternal and almost unbreakable.
Yeah.
The father-child bond is a
needs to be nurtured,
shaky.
and so there needs to be that opportunity.
So there has to be the intentionality and
to
having
allow
the fathers
men
to have access
to their children.
So if you're a single mother and you're listening to us and the father is available, call him.
Don't shut them out at all.
Call him and tell him that Kofi, come for your children too, and let me also enjoy life small.
I mean, maintaining a healthy relationship with your ex is key.
It's very, very
because
just for the sake of the children,
it's key. But you have to consciously maintain healthy relationship, because it will also show in the new relationship you are going in. Yes. They are going to look at how you talk about the other man, how you think about him, and it's all going to tell on you becoming whether you're going to be a good single mother for them or not.
But if the basis on which both separated was really toxic, sometimes I think some women take those decisions based on the environment in which the kids are being raised. So if they feel maybe the man is an alcoholic, what values will he instill in the
completely
exactly?
Different.
So there are so many
So
some women take on that role not because they want to punish the men, but because they want to protect the children.
So, but then maybe there's grandparents, maybe the man's parents or his family. I think sharing the burden is important. Ultimately, let me do some of our messages. Okay, Ariel, I think you have to read for us.
Okay, so this one is from. It says, most single mothers are only looking for help and still glued to the love of their children's father. Based on these, they want the new man to take care of the children and look on unconcerned.
Okay, I think I can see now. Thank you so much. I'm not wearing my glasses. Nana Kwesi says, single mom and dad issues both comes with similar happenings. However, the upbringing, perception, and conditioning has made the single dad's own somehow cooler, and single moms a big deal. So true. As different people, not everyone can handle what it comes with. You know yourself. If you can deal with it and dissolve the stigma in society, embrace the union. But if you can't, respect yourself and leave. Don't add yourself to his or her troubles. Really great there, Nana Kwesi. Okay, Evans. This message is for Evans. Evans, you have a message. I'm Sam Bannerman in the USA. I don't think marrying the single mother is the issue. Sometimes it's the harassment the woman's children or woman's baby daddy takes you through. Sometimes the children or their father feels you are the cause of not letting the woman marry him. Okay, I understand that as well. Vincent says a friend of mine fell in love with a single mother and wanted to marry her, but his father prevented the marriage from happening. His reason was that if the lady's baby daddy was dead, he would have permitted the marriage. Oh, okay.
Wow.
However, once he's alive, it's a no-no. This is because he has seen too many ladies and their baby daddies some way, somehow, getting sexually intimate as time goes on, even when one is married, because they share a common bond, which is the child. And let's stop using common bond children for bad behavior. Like if you're with someone and you have a child with someone, be with the person that you are with. If you want to go and be with your baby mama or your baby daddy, then go and be, with your baby mama or baby. Let's stop allowing and leaving space for misbehavior. But Vincent, my problem is not with you. I intervened on behalf of my friend, but his father did not budge. He said he will not allow his son to marry into such a situation. Oh, that's kind of sad. Yeah.
Very sad.
Is that it? No, I think we have a couple more.
Did I see my name up there?
No. I can tell you the main fears of men. Number one, men generally think that once the road has been walked, especially with evidence of kids. Wow. So if a woman doesn't have a child, then she's a virgin because children are evidence. It can easily be walked again. Oh, wow. So most men fear the lie momo factor. I mean, just blow her mind. She won't think about her ex. Sometimes we focus too much on the exes, Charlie. Point one can easily be aided by excuses of discussing the kids, and you cannot really resist it. Okay, so if the person you are with has to talk about their children with the other person, society generally brands every single mom a bad girl. Unfortunately, you cannot go around shouting why you're a single mom to the whole world or wear a placard saying I'm single because my husband died. True. Others are simply disapproval from family, and you'd be amazed that female relatives, some single moms themselves are the main culprit. Definitely. Some simply fear the extra responsibilities, and some simply don't want their guy friends to tease them. Okay. Some also fear that single mothers might take out the anger from the failed relationship on the new man. And I must say it does happen. Sometimes they're just not healed from the bruises of the old relationship. I end for here now. Ben, you'll be our second speaker at the seminar. So our first speaker is Nana from Medina. Then we have Ben. We are Mirabel. Please put their names. We are putting down.
We're going to do a masterclass on that.
Yeah, single mother summit coming soon to a location near you. Virus from North Lagos says, I'm in a serious relationship with a single mother, but the fact is I fear to correct the child when he does something wrong, and I always wait for the mom to do that. I can totally understand. I can really understand that fear. But kudos to you. Pray for wisdom for you, so that you can, guide and mentor this child. Sometimes, to be honest, children need men in their lives, father figures. So, I mean, if the father is not present and you have that privilege and gift to change a child's life, I think it's an amazing thing,
opportunity
that you can do to really make an impact in somebody's life. But that's just me anyway. Okay, so your parting thoughts on the issues.
What do I say? I would say that wait till you're ready as well. It's very important to wait till you're ready.
As a single mom,
you need to, because from all that we've shared, there are a lot of things that plays a role when you're looking for love or you're trying to date again as a single mother. And so you should wait till you're fully ready and you know what you're going into. Fully healed, and you understand, make an intention of how you want to chart the course of your life. Don't leave it to chance for what will happen. Would it work? Would it not work? If you have a plan that I'm going to go into this sort of relationship that will lead to marriage, then you're looking to be, I mean, a bit different in where you're going and who you're choosing. So make an intention and decide how you want to go and be ready when you're doing it.
Yeah.
Because if you're just going in and out and trying and doing that, then you don't know when it's really going to end for you. So I think just make a decision, know when you're fully ready to start all over again. Have in mind your children's needs. And with that at the back of your mind, ask yourself, which way is good for me now? And then take it up from there.
And make yourself a corner.
Exactly.
It's very important.
That's what you were going to
it's
say.
Very important.
Pain, like,
It's very important. You should be delicious.
You should be delicious.
I think you should just work on yourself. Your mental health.
Yeah.
Your physical looks.
Yeah.
Everything, just heal completely, and don't go with the mindset of I'm going into this relationship because I want someone to take care of my kids. You should go in there because you're looking for love, and it's about you first in that relationship, even though you're going to,
pair up and
yes, and take care of the kids
one
and
day,
put their needs to also into consideration. But I think the main work is on yourself. Work on your mind, work on your emotions, work on your body, work on everything, and then it will change the entire
story. And have something to bring to the table. Exactly. And that's just not with single mothers.
So develop
that's
yourself.
Just with women.
Exactly. Develop.
Yeah. There's something that Steve Harvey said that I loved. He said it about his wife Marjorie. He said that when he met her and he wanted to marry her, she had her own kids, of course, but he had to prove to her that he was worthy to be a part of her life and part of her children's lives. And I think that if we can change the narrative mentally on the fact that sometimes men have to prove their worth or the reason why they should be allowed in our lives, a lot of these dynamics will change because sometimes we give too much power to men and we make it seem as if, it's like if you marry me, then I will have value. But the Bible says he who finds a wife finds a good thing.
Exactly. So you should be good.
And then what the Bible said about women was she who finds a faithful man is hard to find. So we are looking for fidelity, but you
are looking for
on
the good
other hand
one.
are looking for the good one and finding favor with God. So let's stop robbing ourselves. Your past is your past. There's nothing you can do about it. But moving forward, if you put value on yourself,
put value
like
on yourself.
If I say I cost $5 million, when you come, look, I cost $5 million. If you cannot buy, please go.
Simple, very simple.
But you all be sitting here and Dangote will come and buy, innit? Just saying.
That's true.
It was an analogy. It was an analogy.
I mean, the value is important. The value you place on yourself is important. And being a single mother doesn't mean you should reduce your value just because you want to get someone to stand there with you. It's important to develop yourself, invest in yourself, and truly know your worth and what you're bringing next time on the table.
And those of you who are listening to us and insulting us in your cars, we single maids, the single maids, they are there and they are just talking. Yeah, we are talking. We'll talk until we are happy. That's why this is our show, and we'll be back next week, Wednesday. I'm not too sure what we'll be talking about next week, but either ways, we'll be here. Thank you so much for calling us. If you missed any part of our show, you can go to Facebook and watch it live, and then you can continue to comment. I'll be on there, so it'll be interactive. We have closed the show. Thank you very much to Abeku, to Crispy, to Mirabelle. I saw Philip Nice somewhere in there, but I think he's gone. Thank you to Evans for your perspective in the beginning. So news will be coming up in a few minutes. Until then, enjoy the music. See you next week.